Hi everyone, I want to welcome you all especially to this week's weekly review. Now, in this week's weekly review, I'm going to be taking you through all that happened in the course of the week. Of course, we've been expecting the comeback of the market just after the December closure of the financial institutions and the big players. And at the beginning of January, we experienced some kind of move in the market because of all that's been happening, the war that is looming, the crash of Bitcoin, the spike up of gold and silver. Just all I'm going to let you know is that no matter what you're doing, just understand that the Fed has gotten involved with crypto, and since they got involved with crypto, the crypto has been quite manipulative. But don't be moved. You are a day trader. As a day trader, don't move by futuristic occurrences of prices. Okay, that's only if you are an investor trader or investment trader. That's when future predictions really mean something to you. As a day trader, all that matters to you is what happens in the market that very day. You get your entry, you go in, you make your money, and you're out of it. Okay, so for those of you missing out of gold, silver, or not happy with the crash in Bitcoin, listen, day trading is what you need. With day trading, you would have sold Bitcoin yesterday, you would have sold gold yesterday or silver, and get money from the pullback rather than expecting futuristic occurrences that you do not predict, knowing that the Fed has gotten involved in crypto, and that has changed a lot. Imagine the whole manipulation that happened with the Bitcoin yesterday, the pulling out of over $200,000 out of the Bitcoin through the market exchanges and some of the federal monies that was invested in Bitcoin, and that alone just pushed the price down. So I'm going to take you to the chart. I'm going to be showing you what we did in the course of the week, and I'm going to let you know what you shouldn't do in the following week so that you can make a better trading decision in the coming week. Let's go straight to the chart. Showing you what happened with GU. This is GJ currently. So let's look at GU. Okay, so now this is why we didn't quite get the opportunities. Can you imagine? I'm waiting for this. Let's see DXY. Can you imagine? I'm waiting for that, and that pulled out during the New York overlap, New York Asian overlap. Okay, but that's fine. So why didn't we really trade this week? Let me show you. In case you're wondering, we're not serious. No, serious. Most of the time I'm awake, doing the analysis and watching what's possible in the market. Now take note, there is a strong demand zone here, supply zone. So we're going to see what price we do on that during the weekly analysis. I'm going to talk more before we proceed on that. So if you look at this dollar index, you observe that it took out this low, giving us a proper break of structure. Price was retracing, giving us short entries for going on the buy, and we're expecting to get a long entry on the sell. Okay, and that didn't quite happen because of the mood at which price retraced. If you go to the GP, you see that the same thing occurred. So price was not really returning as it was expected. So in fact, it's still even going bearish, but I expect it to bullish up the next week. So we're going to get more entries in the next week. Okay, so looking at the decisions, the first one, we tried a buy. Okay, it was actually supposed to be a short buy, but I just wanted to see if it could double it because of what I was risking. Okay, but that didn't quite go well, so I pulled out of that trade early, and sent a message on the group asking everyone to pull out. I said exit, and I don't know, those who took the trade and saw me say exit, I don't know if they were able to exit, but just in case I say exit, it's always good to exit. So this is the trade Now here is it. I took it from the 1 minute time frame. It was quite fast, so I go on my confirmation at this point, so I knew it was going to buy. Okay, but I was not sure exactly where it's going to stop. I targeted this. There's an order block here, very valid order block. If you look at it, you see. Okay, you can see very valid order block. So that was the order block that made me knew that something is going to happen. And if you watch, you see that the moment price hits that order block, there was a great momentum in the market. The market crashed immediately because the big players and the financial institutions, they were able to move price very fast from that zone. So that's why I exited that trade. So I saw it and I said exit, and if you notice, you see that price came straight to hit stop loss. So that's supposed to be a win entry. Now the next entry was this. I didn't think I posted it because I didn't get the confirmation. So I was waiting for price to get into this zone and give me my confirmation. It didn't quite give me the confirmation, as you can see, so that's why I didn't take it. You can see it didn't even get close to take profit, but that was on an entry. And since then, waiting, I didn't get. So this is where I should have got an entry, but I've looked at the dollar index and there was no pullback, so that means that price just moved. So the one that actually gave us entries is GJ. GJ actually gave us 2 entries. So the first entry, which was a good entry, though it was quite fast. First one was a good entry, but it was fast. This was how I got it. So the moment I got my confirmation, I knew that price was going to just bring us here. So because the opportunities were not much, so it was more like scalping entries. So I took this first. It was too fast before I could call it, but this was the one I called, and this one I called, I don't understand. It induced before it got in, so that means we went in more earlier. So that means the entry could have been, so look at the mistake here, the entry could have been from this point, and the stop loss should have been here. The take profit is on a demand zone. You can see it. There's a demand zone here. That's where the take profit was lying. So I didn't draw it, but it's there. So this is actually supposed to be the entry. Okay, stop loss was just supposed to be already. And it's supposed to be a fast one as well. So I think we went in too early, and that was why it induced. So the first one was a win entry. The second one wasn't quite a win entry. Okay, so those are the 2 entries I took for GJ and GU. So as for crypto, as for gold, I will discuss that with the VIP community during the live session with the VIP. Then for silver, there was a pullback, as you can see. You can see there was a pullback. So, and I didn't call for the trade because I think I was not available when this pullback occurred. So you can see hands was kind of full with other activities. So I was supposed to catch all the pullbacks. So this was supposed to be the first pullback before the second pullback. That's past. We're gonna get more in the following week. Sorry about that, but you can see it was a winning setup. So you can see our strategy is good. Same thing for gold. Let me just show you, just to let you know how winning the strategy is. Look at gold. You can see nice pullback. For those of you trying to catch, the market is moved, I should have been part of it. You don't need all of that. As a day trader, just analyze the markets, find the time to go in, and you make money. Like if you look at Bitcoin, you see that Bitcoin has given massive move. There are opportunities here to trade. So don't keep looking at what happened. Keep looking at what you can get. And the last one for the free community is US30. So US30 actually did what I told you I was going to do with US30. And this is it, boom. It went fast. I didn't post that entry. You can see it's still on the ranging path. So I wanted to break out from the ranging part before I take more entries on US 30. So I think that's all for the Forex, crypto, CFDs, stocks, and the rest of that's for the synthetic. We didn't quite get any entry on synthetic. There was no entry on synthetic. I was just waiting for my confirmation. No, there was no confirmation. Yeah. So for any of you who don't have a synthetic account, just let me know. I'm going to create one for you. So this is volatility 25. There was no entry. You can see I'm still waiting for the setup. No entry. And jump 25. Still waiting for the setup. There's no entry. So those are all of what we traded. So I hope with all that you've seen, you've been able to understand why I took some of the entries I took, and you'll be able to see the errors, the mistakes, okay, and you've been able to make a few adjustments so that as we come into the new trading week, you will not be repeating the same mistakes, you will not be making the same errors, rather you'll be making more profit, making more money. This is 2026, is our year to make money, okay? So as long as you are disciplined, you are patient, and you are doing what you ought to do, why would you not make money in trading? You ought to be profitable every month. Do you understand? Every month. So you have maybe a lost week, okay, first week, second week you should make much profits to cover the loss for the first week, third week you should be able to balance up, and by the fourth week you should have a profitable month. This is my plan, this is my idea and perspective for anyone who's going to be trading, and I expect that this should be your story in February. Alright, so see you during the week analysis.